Hey guys, it's Ian with Kentucky Spin, and today's video is about love from the friendship level. And I know a lot of you guys want friends or already have friends and want more friends or whatever the case may be. So I want to go over 5 tips for how to increase your ability to get friends and what to do with friends and just the whole thing. So we're going to get into it right now. Let's go. So the first tip that I have is to trust what people do, not necessarily what they say. Sometimes people will say things, but they do something different. So it becomes very important to look at what they're doing and just pay attention to that and make sure that that's at the forefront, because they could be saying something that's different from what they're doing. And if they're doing something that's considered bad or not pleasant to you and it's the opposite of what they're saying, that could be bad. So here's an example. If for whatever reason someone says, "Hey man, we're friends. You know we're friends, right? Since we're friends, could you loan me $200? You know, maybe one time, but if that person keeps coming back every single week, that's an issue. And I don't know that that person is really your friend just because they keep borrowing money from you. So we're gonna get into more of that later, but that's my first tip, is just pay attention to what people do. Tip number 2, some of you guys may have caregivers, and so you want to not confuse caregiving with friendship. It can be very easy because typically in a caregiver role, right, that person is spending a lot of time with you, they're friendly, you guys are cool, you all might do things together that are fun, so it can be seen as like this person is your friend. But they may or may not be your friend in addition to being your caregiver, right? And so the definition of caregiver doesn't necessarily mean friend, although you can have 2 in one role. You would want to try to clarify that with your caregiver to be like, hey, you know, I know we spend a lot of time together. I know you get paid to do that and you help me. At the same time, are you also my friend? Or should I just only think of you as a caregiver? And I would say typically, just from, you know, ground zero type deal, I would always consider your caregiver a caregiver because that's their title and that's what they were hired to do. Friendship is something that can come with that, but it doesn't necessarily always come with that. So I wouldn't go into a caregiving situation expecting friendship as well. You know, you can't pay for a friend. So I would think of, you know, that caregiver is literally what they say they are. Tip 3, I want to encourage people who maybe struggle with finding friends. Maybe they're more introverted at heart, and I want to encourage them that getting friends is not as hard as you may think. Things like moving to another city or being in a different environment may be kind of scary and intimidating, but what you can do is just be yourself. And even if you're introverted, let's say you're in a cafeteria line for some reason and you're behind somebody and you're like, goodness gracious, I mean, we're gonna be waiting till the end of time before we get food. And let's just say you're thinking out loud. You're not talking to anyone, you're just saying that out loud. Somebody might giggle to that and turn around and go, that's the truth, isn't it? I'm John, by the way. You know, and then boom, you meet somebody. Little small engagements like that are how friendships are started. See, when we were kids, we made friends almost by accident. We just ran and bumped into a kid and, oh, now we're friends. But when we become adults, we kind of forget how we did that. We kind of overcomplicate the process. It really is as simple as it seems. Just a nod, a wave, a couple words here and there, and friendships are started. Common interests are a big thing. Let's say you don't talk hardly ever, but let's say you're into, I don't know, Pokemon cards. Okay. More than likely, if you move to another city or if you are in a new environment, you're going to just naturally seek out things that you like to do. So you're going to try to seek out a place where you can play Pokemon cards. So if you find other people who enjoy it, you may not just go up and say, hey, can I play with you guys? But there may be like a tournament that you can enter into. Maybe as a cash prize, so there's double interest there. You're interested because you like it, you're interested because you want the prize money. So let's say you jump in and you play and you win, or you get close to winning, or whatever. Let's just say you play and you don't win anything. Well, just playing, you're going to meet people. You're going to talk Pokemon moves. You're going to talk Pokemon stuff. People are going to ask you questions. You're going to ask them questions. And, you know, out of that can be born friendships. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, I have to be this extroverted person that puts myself out there and in front of other people. And that's what extroverted means, by the way. It's just kind of, you're the kind of talkative person that has a big personality and, you know, that kind of thing. You don't have to be that. You can be reserved and kind of quiet, and that's okay. And you can still have friends too. So extroverted people don't get all the friends. You guys can get friends, and I just want to encourage you with that piece of knowledge.